What is up with another episode of the Unfueled Show, our weekly live podcast where we discuss all those most important topics in craft beer and beyond. Over the course of the next 1 hour or so, we're going to hit on a variety of fun topics, i.e., we're going to make fun of Brandt for the next 1 hour. These topics are all going to be located in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen so you can follow along. If you want to jump in the conversation, do so in the comments box. Any and all comments making fun of Brandt are highly, highly, highly encouraged on today's episode.
Except for my dad. He doesn't count.
Except for your dad. But your dad is our fifth host.
Your dad's got to feel the most pain.
I believe he is here.
I believe he is here. I'm sure we will hear much from him, but he is our fifth host in the comments. And we're going to actually bring him on the show sometime so that he can just attack you for 1 hour. And I think that would be the most hilarious, best episode we ever did.
Pent-up anger.
Oh, it's more than that, boy. I'm sure there's a lot of offloading he wants to do. But anyway, as always, I'm your host, Mr. Fueled Ryan. You will see next to me this week, to my right, I guess, if you're looking at this from your screens, to my right is Mr. Colorado Proxies himself, Mr. Colorado Naps, Mr. Brandt Young, all the way from the mountain. Was it the mountain time zone out there? Is that what you guys are in out there?
Yeah, MST. Is that MST. Mountain Standard Time? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. We don't care. Below him.
At least I'm not in the hotel lobby this week.
Yeah, at least you're not in a hotel lobby. That is a good point. But below him is our main man, Mr. Degen Ben, the degenerate brewer himself.
Okay.
And next to Degen Ben is my man, Mr. Fueled Nick, my partner in this here venture that we call Fueled by Hops. Now, before we dive in, we need to have a quick word about our sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by Arctic Outdoors, the premier manufacturer of your next beer cooler, your next outdoor gear, your next drinkware, and your next apparel. You can save up to 70% compared to competitor brands by heading over to www.fueledbyhops.com/RTIC. I am a Arctic enthusiast. I know Brandt is as well. I know Nick is as well. We all have Arctic coolers. These things are absolutely amazing. If you go to beer shares and you're lugging beer around, or maybe you're just going out picking up beer and you need to keep it cold for an extended period of time, you cannot beat the price of an Arctic. We all know who that big competitor brand is. We won't name them on this episode.
Coleman?
But they are. It's definitely not Coleman. It is definitely not Coleman.
Oh.
But we all know who that big competitor brand is. We won't mention them here, but their stuff is extremely expensive. You can save a lot of money by going to the Arctic. Their tagline is that they are overbuilt, not overpriced, and that is absolutely the perfect way to describe them. So go to fuelbyhops.com/RTIC to pick up your next beer cooler after today's episode, or actually during today's episode. Go ahead and get that thing knocked out. Now, starting today's episode, today is a special day in Pittsburgh, okay? This one is near and dear to my heart because this is one of my favorite artists of all time. But today is January 19th, 2022. Do we say 2022 or do we say 2022? I've been saying
2022.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just so much. It's so much. Sounds so much better.
It's just sad all the way around, so it doesn't matter.
It's incredibly sad. But today is January 19th, 2022, which would have been the 30th birthday of one of my favorite artists and fellow Pittsburgh native, Mr. Mac Miller. He passed away in 2018 at the age of 26. My life has never been the same. Unfortunately, I was a huge fan of his music, and it is extremely sad to, know that we are never going to be blessed with his music ever again. I was actually on Twitter earlier today, believe it or not. I don't really tweet too much, but I was listening to that new Bruno Mars song. What's that thing called? Silk Sonic or something like that. I heard it on the radio, and I was like, damn, this would be a perfect Mac Miller song. If Mac Miller had a verse on this song, it would be absolutely perfect. So, are you guys fans of Mac Miller, by the way, Brandt?
I'm a massive Mac Miller fan.
You are? What was your favorite album?
Blue Slide Park, easily.
Oh,
easily Blue Slide Park.
Blue Slide Park was his best album.
Okay, that's my favorite album, though. That was the one that turned me on to Mac. Like I said, being in Northeast Ohio as a Steelers fan, I needed every connection to the city as possible. So I was a big Wiz Khalifa fan and a big Mac Miller fan.
But going back to that time, 2010, 2009, that era in Pittsburgh hip-hop music was absolutely incredible. There was so many great artists. It wasn't just Mac Miller. It wasn't just Wiz Khalifa. I mean, there was Chevy Woods and like so many other great artists that kind of came up around that time. It was absolutely amazing. But Nick, were you a Mac Miller fan?
I wasn't. I feel like I should be. Just being the hip hop guy that I like. Like, this is embarrassing to say. I was a G Unit kid.
Okay, that's not embarrassing.
That was my level of rap.
No, that's embarrassing.
No, G Unit wasn't bad. 50 Cent.
So
I mean, come on.
Like G Unit back is kind of where my rap stops.
So you
and I
stop
feel
at
like
G
Mac, kind of, yeah. I mean, there's not much of the new stuff from them forward that I've been really following or paying attention to. So I just never really got into his stuff. From what I've heard lyrically, it sounds like he's actually a pretty good artist, more than just a rapper. So I should dive into his stuff. I've been meaning to. I just haven't.
The thing about Mac Miller that made him so special, I think, was that he was so connected to his fan base. And like, he came up as this young kid from Pittsburgh who just literally shot up on Twitter and came out with that. Well, he had a couple mixtapes before Kids, but Kids was the one that like really blew him up. And you got to watch him like get signed and then put an album, like make his first album. You got to like follow along with him. And then he like just progressed as an artist. Like, his last album that he did, Swimming, was absolutely incredible. You know, I'm trying to think of the song. 2009 was absolutely incredible. I probably have the album name wrong, but nonetheless, it was an absolute, like, hearing him there versus like 2009 when he like actually came up, in 2010 when he actually came out, like that period between there where we watched him kind of emerge as an artist was just absolutely incredible. So what an amazing thing for the city of Pittsburgh to have and hold on to. It's just incredible. So,
Ben, are you a Mac Miller fan?
I wasn't until you forced me to listen to Blue Slide Park, and now I'll admit that that wasn't my favorite, but I listened to, I think, most of what was on available on Spotify, and I'm now a Mac Miller fan. So
I would say my favorite album of his, like, and I hate to say this because a lot of people disagree with me, but I really liked Good AM. I thought that was like his most polished work.
I mean, if you were telling someone that's never listened to his stuff to go and check him out, what would you say?
That would be where I'd tell them to start, would be Good AM. Okay. Like go to Good AM and then get like, because at Good AM, you see him as like a polished artist. That was like his first like real polished piece, I think. He had there was that album before them, Watching Movies, which was a good album. I thought that was really good. But Good AM just like did something different for me. So I would tell people to start there and then go back to Kids and listen the whole way up till his final album. That would be my suggestion.
I'll have to do that. I mean, my biggest problem is I have a 2-minute commute to work, so I have no time for music. And like that was my music time, was driving.
I have a 1-hour commute.
Yeah, no, like I missed the commute from the musical standpoint. Like, I can't even get my stuff loaded in time by the time I'm parking my car at the office, which I can't complain. I have a 2-minute drive to work. So
absolutely. But it's not even just that. Like, he has so many great like collaborations that he put out, like songs, and just so many other. He had like the Larry Fisherman thing going on for a minute there. Like he was just an artist. Like, he was just such a great artist, and there's so many dimensions to his music and stuff. It's really he's so much more than just a kid from Pittsburgh, and like. I just really enjoyed following his career, so I'm super sad. I wish we can have him here to celebrate his 30th birthday with him, but I did get to see him in concert right before Best Day Ever mixtape came out. I got to see him in concert. It was actually New Year's Day 2011, and he just did like a shitty show at some little bar in Uniontown, but I got to be there and like actually witness him live, which was really cool. So rest in peace, cool. Mac Miller, man. That's just so sad. But moving along, let's get to the beer portion of this podcast, because that's what everybody is here for. Big news coming out of Pittsburgh this week. If you, I don't know, have been hiding under a rock, you didn't hear this, but the biggest news coming out of Pittsburgh this week is that one of our favorite breweries here, this podcast, next to Mr. Ben's Arboretum Trail there, but one of our favorite breweries coming out of this podcast is Dancing Gnome, and they began shipping statewide this week. Actually, just the other day, they started shipping statewide. So you're going to be able to actually go onto their website and order beer from anywhere in the country or anywhere in the state and have it shipped directly to your front door, which is really, really cool. So what's your thoughts on Dancing Gnome shipping statewide?
I mean, I think it's huge for them.
Yeah.
Ben, go ahead. I mean, I want to hear it from the brewer side of things. So, I mean, I'm just a fan. So let me hear as a brewer that kind of thought process. Like, what's your take?
No, I mean, that's a huge leap if you can get that kind of deal going. I mean, especially when you're doing it yourself. I mean, it speaks volumes to the possibilities of what you can do. You know, having a distribution contract is one thing, but fixing up that statewide shipping, that opens a lot of new doors. So good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I follow a bunch of different like beer stores and stuff like that. I saw one near Philly that just got some Dancing Gnome from Serene. And it seems like Gnome is kind of taken over the state. I mean, people have heard of it for years, but never really always had that access to it. Unless you happen to drive by that one gas station up in Jamestown, New York.
Yeah. Illegally buys their beer and brings it up to New York.
But outside of that, I mean, we've been kind of lucky in the Pittsburgh area to kind of have Dancing Gnome like all to yourselves. And I make the trip down every time I'm there almost to go to the Gnome. Lustre Day is always a fun thing. I always load up with beer on Lustre Day.
Yep.
So I'm curious to see what all they do sell online. Is it going to be everything? Can you do a Lustre Day sitting from your couch? You know, is that going to be an option?
I don't foresee that. I mean, because what you're getting right now, I mean, you're still getting lines here. I mean, even for some of their bigger stuff, Lustre Day is sold out. Yeah, Black Clouds Lustre Day is sold out every year. So, I mean, you're still getting lines out in Philly, according to a couple buddies that I have, you know, for just a shipment of Lustre, just you know, everyday Lustre, and guys are waiting at the door for it. So I don't foresee them doing that until maybe a little bit of the hype slows down and then get that rehype train going. So
I could see them allocating a case or two for online sales because that's just going to blow up them online. I mean, that's going to make it a must-have every time they drop new beer. You have to go there.
It's a
I'm curious though. So I went on their website today, and I know for a while you could order your beer online and then go and pick it up at a later time.
You still can do that.
Yeah.
Can you? Is it a separate site?
There's two websites. There's one for shipping and there's one for pickup.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's where I was confused because I only saw the shipping aspect of it. So I didn't know if they got rid of the online ordering, the online pre-sale kind of thing, or
you're not the only person that was confused. So if there's one piece of feedback I'd give to the brewery, it's get that figured out, like to avoid any type of confusion. But as far as I could tell, I think they're going to run with that two website kind of strategy there because that's what the newsletter kind of pointed to. I'm a little bit. I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong, Dancing Gnome's like one of my favorite breweries in the city, and I love seeing them have success. They just built a beautiful new tap room, it's absolutely amazing. Increased their capacity a lot. They're signing distributor deals and things like that. Like their beer is just getting out there all over the place, which I think is just so amazing. But I kind of came up in the Dancing Gnome line life type of culture. And it was Joe driving down from Jamestown, New York. Us waking up at 7:00 in the morning and driving to Dancing Gnome and standing out there in the cold. I remember one time there was like a little patch of sun. Like we were in line, we were sharing beers. It was 9:00 in the morning. They open at noon, but we were waiting for, I think it was a double I think it was an underscore release or no, it was one of their birds or flowers. I can't remember which one it was, but nonetheless, it was a big release. We had a big share going on in their little driveway there. And there was like this little patch of sunlight and everybody was huddled up in this little patch of sunlight because it was like 20 degrees. And all of a sudden, Blue Sparrow comes in with that big ass bus and parks it right over top of that little patch of sunlight. And we all froze after that. It was terrible, but it's awesome to see them have success. And I understand in the age of COVID, like that line life thing is really not going to be there. But I met so many great friends there, trading partners, people that really made like the early days of Fueled by Hops what they were. Like just by going there and saying, hey, I just started this beer group. Would you join up? And them just do it right there, like while we're sharing beer. So like that camaraderie there. I hope they somehow can keep that going, like whether it's like with Black Clouds or whatever, or Lustre Day. I think there still needs to be that little bit of an element, but also at the same time being able to like talk to our like Harrisburg friends and our Erie friends and our, Lehigh Valley, Philly friends and be like, hey, Dancing Gnome's releasing this. You can get it shipped right to your door. That's a big deal.
Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, everyone's heard of Gnome. Everyone's heard of Gnome. I mean, they're one of the best, I would say, hazy producers in the state.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, this is just a win for beer drinkers all over Pennsylvania.
Yeah, absolutely 100% is. Now, pro tip, if you guys didn't read the newsletter closely, I did. A little pro tip that I guess it's Andrew who writes those newsletters for them, mentioned is you're going to want to order your 4-packs in increments of 3 to maximize the shipping efficiency. So if you're on there and you're ordering, I think it's a shop.dancinggnomebeer.com or something like that. But if you go to fueledbyhops.com, we have a blog post up about Dancing Gnome. If you click on that, there's a link in there. You can go in there and order your beer. But if you go in there, make sure you're ordering packs of 3 to maximize your efficiency, because the last thing you want to be doing is spending a ton of money on shipping and only get 2 4-packs. You know what I mean?
And shipping didn't seem that crazy when I was looking at it to get it shipped up to me, which is, I'm over 2 hours away from Gnome. So it was $21 for 3 and I think 24 for 6.
Here it is.
And maybe I'm crazy on saying this, but did they lower their prices?
I noticed that too. They seem a little bit.
That? Everything seemed super cheap. Like everything was like $14, $17 a 4-pack.
So they got
that a little while ago though.
Well, I think it was a ramp up. It was a ramp up into their bigger system. I think just the efficiency of it, so they can get in a little bit under market, which is, I mean, great for them. Kind of
it's going to help when you're going online.
Yeah.
Let's slide right past that.
Yeah.
So somebody here just put in the somebody just put on the comments here. This is their first time standing in line.
It's Mr. John Ruber.
Is that Mr. John Ruber here?
That is Mr. John Ruber.
I find that hard that Ruber's first Line Life experience beer share was like in 2019. I know, right?
That was the best year for Pittsburgh craft beer. That weekend, because like every brewery, because they had Luster Day, and then I think Grist House had their 5-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hitchhiker did something.
Too. It's
Brew
all
Gentleman was in there. Like, there was all these anniversary parties going on. All these great beers were being released. I was bouncing around the city left and right. I spent like thousands of dollars just on beer.
Wasn't Fueled by Hops then the Uniontown, Morgantown beer nerds?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
And there was like
wait.
100 people.
Maybe, because we started off the Uniontown, Morgantown beer nerds for like a hot minute. And then I want to say it was like May-ish that we changed the name. So yeah, it probably...
I joined and it was still Uniontown, Morgantown. I can know that. And I was like one of the first 50.
So it was probably somewhere around there.
I joined April or May of that year, and it was Fueled by Hops.
Yeah, you've been taking a Colorado nap this whole time.
So. Well, I have nothing to contribute to.
He's like, I'm from Colorado. I don't even know.
So what's Line Life out in Colorado or in any of the states you've lived in? Have you ever experienced that?
So when I lived in Texas, the closest brewery was in Austin, and that was over an hour away. And the stores didn't really get anything crazy. Colorado, there's not lines. I've never heard of it. I've never stood in line for beer.
It's so weird to me.
Yeah,
that's like,
but
like
also
such a pivotal part of being a beer nerd.
Yeah.
Like wax and BA stouts are like super popular over there in Pittsburgh. Obviously, they're not like massively popular out here. Like I think people would stand in line for some of the hazies that breweries produce here, but there's so many fucking breweries that everybody's just like,
but people stand in line for hazies at Gnome. I mean, that's where we're coming from. I mean,
the double underscores, dude. Double underscores. Those lines were insane.
Those lines were
stupid. The only line I've ever stood in was to check out.
No, so what's the biggest brewery closest to you? Like big name.
WorldWorks?
No, Cerberus is the biggest.
Outer Range, isn't it?
Yeah, Cerberus is the biggest in the Springs, and then Outer Range, 4 Points or whatever up there in
4 Points?
Denver.
I was gonna say you have 4 points too.
4. I don't know. There's a 4 on it. I don't drink it.
It must be good.
They must be good.
In case you guys couldn't tell, I'm like extremely sick, so I'm kind of like limping through this for the viewers.
You sound
it's
like
all for
shit.
you guys. Dude, I feel like absolute dog shit. I literally couldn't do anything today except for text you guys in the group chat and watch TikTok.
You sound as good as you look.
Yeah, fucking horrible. Yeah, Josh just said that Weldworks used to have lines. I'm like 3 hours from Weldworks, so I just get what they distribute down to the Springs.
I always forget how big Colorado is.
It's really not. Like there's Colorado Springs and Denver, and then like the Denver metropolitan area.
Like Denver's a huge area. Like that metropolitan area is pretty big.
Yeah, with all the suburbs and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I've never stood in line for a beer, but I'm the type of guy, like, I don't even wait to be seated at a restaurant. Like, if there's anything more than a 15-minute wait at a restaurant, I'm going somewhere else because, like, fuck that. Life's too short to wait, and I'm fat. So, I mean, plenty of other people make beer and plenty of other people make food. So, there might be lines. I don't know. I've never seen any.
You've never had Lustra.
Yeah. We've never had a double underscore.
Yeah.
Like literally they would drop double underscore on Wednesdays at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. And people would line up at 6 a.m. Like it was crazy. People would take vacation days just to get double underscores.
Brant, do you like coffee stouts?
I love them.
All right, then I got a Black Clouds coffee I'll send your way just so you can kind of see what we're talking about.
No,
just to see.
We don't do that stuff.
I'm gonna put it via carrier pigeon.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
So, but I want to see if you think that beer's worth the hype.
Oh yeah, Four Noses.
Four Noses is the one. I knew it was for something.
Yeah, I almost actually went there last time I was in Denver.
I knew it wasn't Four Roses because that's bourbon.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I will send that out to you to see if you think that beer's worth standing in line for.
I'm sure
because people will stand in line for that. Oh, it's great.
Yeah. And if you trade it, if I find out that you trade it for like some insane amount of money out there in Colorado, I will kick you off this podcast.
Yeah, no way. Fuck him up.
I don't trade beer. I think I've traded beers twice. One of which it definitely wasn't at the beginning of this year to my really good friend David down in Texas for his really good homebrew stuff. So I definitely didn't do that. Eddie always gets mad at me. Eddie Flinner, who will be on here at some point, I'm sure. He gets mad at me because I'll post like all the really good hazies that I get out here, and he's like, "Dude, just send me some." I'm like, "No, dude, I don't feel like packaging up beer and then lying to the fucking people at the post office and shit. Like, it's just not worth it." So,
is this Jerry?
No, that's Tyler.
Is this Tyler? Okay.
Yeah, that's Tuggins.
I wish we could see everybody's names, but
I know we got to figure out how to integrate that better.
300 deep for the 30th anniversary. I remember that.
I feel like one of these episodes we need to kind of dive into Tuggins and Tug.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a really good conversation.
We need a few more weeks of people getting adjusted to us before we.
I agree.
I also don't want,
and we can't have Tyler involved.
We're an acquired taste.
Yeah. I also don't want to be part of a court case anytime soon, so I will abstain from that conversation.
No, I think Mrs. Tug would be. As long as we don't refer to names, I think we're all good.
Quick shout out to my buddy Anthony from the Banging Beers podcast for hanging out with us tonight.
Awesome.
Anthony, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, we got to get you on this podcast, buddy. Go ahead and drop a link to your show here in the comments so everybody can go check it.
Shameless plug. You're allowed.
Yeah, he's allowed, man. Yeah, we support everybody, man. Well, most everybody.
Yeah, our friends.
That's a conversation.
I know who we don't
Off
support.
Camera.
I have that list.
Yeah.
Well,
just real quick, I forgot. If you guys didn't get the email, Final Colossus is coming out from Brew Gentlemen.
Yeah, I saw that.
It is Final Colossus season, man. That's the best.
I saw Ruber was drinking one already.
Well, he lives like 3 minutes away from the brewery. So.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, probably. Today is Wednesday. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Yeah, I think I shared in Fueled by Hops, like in our group. Which, by the way, if you're not a member of our group, head over to www.fueledbyhops.com/join, and you can become a member. But I think I shared that in there because, like, what are we laughing at?
I'll just plug away.
Plug away. Oh yeah, plug it away. Hey, we're getting good at this, man. We're getting good. We got a commercial in the beginning. Like,
we're
figuring this thing out here.
This is our second episode on the 5th go. So
yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, not bad. 2 for 5. That's not bad. That's 40%.
That'll get you a major league contract.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Batting 400. That's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
No, not at all. All right. Well, before we jump into the next topic, we got to take a second here and go around the horn. What's everybody drinking here tonight? Because I am not drinking. I'm having some stomach issues, so I unfortunately have to go to the doctor next week. So I won't be drinking for the next couple of days. So I am just drinking a nice Diet Pepsi Wild Cherry. If you're at PepsiCo, please send me a check.
You live by that. You live by that.
It's the only thing I drink.
Wild Cherry Pepsi is so good.
How much of that do you think you drink in a day?
Usually a 12-pack.
A day?
Yeah.
You drink 12 of them a day, Ryan?
See,
like, well, not these, not this big. I drink
like 12 cans.
Here's the thing.
Open up 12 individual cans and drink them.
Yep.
I knew this, but I knew you guys didn't, and I had to see your reaction to this.
I'm no doctor. No, I'm no doctor. But
you want to know why your stomach hurts?
Here. Yeah, I was gonna say it might be.
Oh my god! So you didn't go to doctor school?
I've been
might
checked
be the
out.
3,000 grams of sugar that you've ingested all day.
No, they're diet, so it's fake sugar.
Yeah,
it's fake sugar.
I've been to doctors though,
shit.
and they all tell me that like I'm good, like on the Diet Pepsi front. They think I'm like lactose intolerant, so that's where my suspicions are going, which is going to be terrible for me because I'm still going to drink lactose beers. Like I'm not giving it up. I'm just going to suffer through it. I'm not going to not go to the answer. Like it's just not going to happen.
but you drink 12 pops a day, dude.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? Dude, do you know what I do for a living? Like I need that.
I don't drink 12 pops a year.
I got to get through my day, man.
Jesus.
It's Diet Pepsi. How much caffeine is in one of them?
Not enough, apparently.
Apparently, you have to drink fucking 12 of them a day.
53 milligrams per 16 ounces. So
I start every day out with a 200 milligram of caffeine energy drink every morning.
I start out with 300.
I could drink a pot of coffee before bed and go to sleep.
That's
same
disgusting.
here. Caffeine's numb to me.
Caffeine is
you drink.
Yeah.
But if I don't have it, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But if you're from PepsiCo and you're listening to this podcast, let me send you my address so you can send me a check.
No, they know it. You're the number one of their buyers. You're on a list.
You gotta have
Dude, they send me. They actually legitimately do send me coupons all the time. Like
I'm sure they do.
They have your name circled and they're making sure that you're healthy as can be, so that way they have their fucking best customers. So
yeah, and it's hilarious because like this actually is really hard to come by. But the store up the road from my house that I go to all the time always is stocked.
I wait in line for my Diet Cherry Pepsi.
Right.
Dude,
some cool
you are a fucking dividend to them. You know that, right?
That's crazy.
Like you're making the quarterly dividend.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You're the reason that place still exists.
Yeah. How about it?
That's fucking
so let's move on from whatever the hell Ryan's doing here. Colorado proxies. What are you drinking tonight?
Like I said, I'm sick. I'm like 99% sure I got the Ronas. So I can taste like a quarter of whatever I'm drinking or eating. So I have drank at least like 6 of these today. They're massive mugs just full of Gatorade. So I have the Gatorade powder. And I just mix it with water and ice. And that's my electrolytes because I didn't eat until fucking 3 o'clock this afternoon. Having a nice pairing of some Albany's World's Best Gummy Bears.
Those are the best.
They're so good. I've never had these ones before.
No,
got them in the mail from my father-in-law last night. Fucking delicious. My kid's not getting another one of these. I'll eat this whole fucking bag and she can cry.
Dude, I'm a gummy connoisseur. I love gummy candy.
Dude, those ones smack. Those ones are so fucking good. They're big.
They don't fuck around. Yeah.
You had
we have members of our Facebook group that are also gummy connoisseurs, but probably not the same kind.
Different kind, yeah.
What's behind there is the other gummies, but we won't talk about that. Nick, speaking of disgusting food acts, have you ever had the sugar-free gummy bears?
They're horrible.
Have you seen the reviews of them on Amazon?
How do you have sugar-free gummy bears?
It's the best thing in the world.
Dude, so everybody stop what you're doing. Keep this stream
Hands
going.
down, yes.
But go look at the Amazon reviews of sugar-free gummy bears.
From Haribo.
Thank me later. Yeah, from
Haribo
or Haribo or whatever.
Wait. How do you have sugar-free gummy bears? Like, how's it even
I don't know.
possible
The same way you have sugar-free pop.
That's like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Aspartame
aren't they made of sugar? Like, isn't that what actually makes them gummy?
Gelatin does. Pig bone marrow.
Isn't that sugar?
No, it's pig bone marrow.
Is it?
Yeah. Gelatin's not kosher. Yeah, that's why. That's why Buffalo Trace puts out a kosher bourbon because regular Buffalo Trace has gelatin in it and it's not kosher.
Yep.
Wait, run me through that again.
So gelatin is made from pig
just
bone
blew his
marrow.
fucking mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not kosher. It's a pork product.
Okay. So it's not kosher. It's not officially.
Right. So our Jewish
kosher.
friends can't have it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's why Buffalo Trace, because they use gelatin in their bourbon for some weird reason, they make a kosher version that's actually blessed by a rabbi and everything, and is actually kosher and doesn't contain gelatin.
Hey, Ryan, I'll give you one guess as to who made that last comment.
Wait, which comment are we talking about here?
I enjoy homemade brownies, but that's just me.
We're putting that one up on the stream. He enjoys homemade brownies. Yeah.
Everybody say hi to John.
Hi, John.
Hey, guess what John is right now?
What's that?
Beyond Pluto.
Hi, John.
Hi, John. John's beyond Pluto right now.
Speaking of that, I'm finishing off my first one.
Hey, Nice.
And I gotta admit, I mean, Tyler Richardson, Tyler Ray, whatever he wants to go by, he hooked me up with this, and it's smooth. It's big. I can't wait to pick up some more in Erie tomorrow.
Wait.
Yep.
You're gonna pick some up where?
Do we have an
In
exclusive?
Erie at Paris's Cap and Cork.
Yeah.
I heard from a little birdie that's kind of degenerate. There's going to be 2 cases and a sixtel.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
One of 2 places that would have it on tap. Marino's has it on tap right now. Probably
Coming
almost
in with
gone.
great reviews.
But just remember, everybody, it's a triple, not a triple. Just throwing that out there for
Do you
anybody
want
on.
to?
Can you elaborate?
All right, let me elaborate. It's a triple IPA, not a Belgian triple. So don't be disappointed when it's fucking bitter.
Is that the
untapped assholes? Anyway,
is that the same thing as?
We love you guys, though. Thank you for supporting the beer. We do love you.
Yeah,
That's
He's
Yeah.
a brewer. He's allowed to be bitter a little bit.
That's the.
I had a rough day.
Pun
I got
intended?
shot in the I got shot in the ribs with a fucking full can of beer today. So
Oh,
I'm just
nice.
a little salty.
Is that the same as me going into that brewery here and asking about the barley wine, and the waitress says, "Yeah, that's the closest thing to a sour we have."
Yeah.
Yeah, that is about as close as it
Yeah.
gets.
Terrible.
I was like, "That's not true. Like, literally, any other style could be closer to sour than that."
So that is the exclusive here on this podcast. Tomorrow, if you are in Erie or you are anywhere in northwestern Pennsylvania, I had to think about that for a minute.
Maps are hard.
I was
I don't
doing
know.
left and right, L and R.
yeah.
If you're in like north left Pennsylvania, I mean
the
west.
L left
Yeah.
makes the L. Head over to Paris's Cap and Cork because Mr. DJ Bet is going to be dropping off a nice fresh batch of the Beyond Pluto for you. So, you guys have been hitting me up there. Head over there sometime in the afternoon. I don't know, but you'll be able to grab it and get it on tap there as well. But moving along here on today's podcast.
Well,
For
do
the
we want
first
to ask
time
Ben what
ever.
he's drinking?
Wait, oh yeah, what are you drinking? What are you drinking?
Yeah,
Salmon backpack by Voodoo. Nice hazy
Yeah, that's
IPA.
good.
backpack salmon.
That's a good one. Backpack salmon's
Yeah,
good.
backpack salmon.
That's good. Nice beer.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But I have a surprise for all of our hosts here because this is the first time we've ever done this. I just secretly set this up. Our next topic is we're going to be talking about a little bit of central Pennsylvania craft beer news that recently came out today. So I reached out to my good buddy in central Pennsylvania, and we are going to tag in our first guest host ever on this podcast.
shit.
Oh, who do we got?
Where's this?
We got my buddy, Mr. Anthony from the Banging Beers podcast.
What is going on,
Who is
boys?
where are you located at,
What's
right? You're
going
like
on?
really close to Yuengling, right?
Northeast Pennsylvania. I am like 5-10 minutes from the Yuengling Brewery.
Nice.
Wow, which
Good shit. Good shit.
as much as everybody doesn't like Yuengling, I love that brewery. Like I love doing a tour. I think it's the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, I love Yuengling. Yeah.
Everybody loves
So I went there and it said they were open, completely closed when I was there.
it.
Completely shut down. I'm walking around trying to find the entrance. And I'm like, where the fuck am I?
So I
Completely
might
closed.
have some fun insight if you have some Yuengling questions, but I'll let you get to your topic before I chime in because I kind of have an idea where this is gonna go, and it's.
I mean,
yeah.
it's on the screen.
This is the big topic. This is breaking news.
Yeah.
Okay. This happened just about 50 minutes before this podcast, I think, or something like that.
Yep.
I was on Twitter, or actually somebody sent it to us in our group chat. So I hopped on Twitter to verify this. I'm going to pull this up on my screen here so that everybody can see it. If I can figure out how to share my screen, that will be really, really good. But I'm going to share this so that all you guys at home can see what happened here. So we have the Twitter stream for Yuengling Brewery, which is the @Yuengling Beer. So this is their official blue checkmark stream here on Twitter. They tweeted just 3 hours ago. Anheuser-Busch back on January 18th, which was yesterday, tweeted their new fresh look, their new eagle logo that they just put out. And Yuengling comes out with the shots fired and says, "Cool new eagle. We're flattered. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, established 1829. Literally shots fired at AB. Who loves it more than? How do you not love that?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I don't
It's
like
at.
Yuengling.
Listen, I
Hey, can you take his window off? Can I
Yeah.
poke?
Okay,
him,
I had a really bad experience with Yuengling, so it wasn't sold.
what
in
you
Ohio
drank it
until-
and you liked it and you felt bad?
No,
You couldn't
so
buy it?
Did it say it's not for fat people? Is that what it is?
Fat, ugly people with man buns.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. No, it wasn't sold in Ohio.
Shots fired over here. Jesus.
Oh shit, man buns.
I would notice he had a man bun. That's no idea.
See, I like this guy already.
Okay, so we're talking about people in Colorado with man buns.
Yeah, people in Colorado,
which is like half of Denver.
Yeah, that's 3/4 easily. No, so my senior year, Yuengling finally came to Ohio. Good friend of mine, his parents owned a drive-through. So we got tore up from the floor up the day before like school, or like the night before school one day, like until like 3 a.m. Got like 2 hours of sleep. It was the first hangover I ever had was from Yuengling Black and Tans. And so I started off my Yuengling experience rough. I really wanted to like him.
You picked the wrong one to start with.
Dude, yeah. We were 17. His parents owned a drive-through and we stole 2 6-packs off of their truck. Like we were like, fuck it, we're just gonna drink these in the garage. So my first adventures with Yuengling were not good, and I just can't like them ever since. And I want to. They're a Pennsylvania beer. That's good shit, but nope.
I don't know who just put that comment up, but somebody just said
that would be Ruber. That would be Ruber.
Because that can go so many ways, especially like Antonio Brown too. So
yeah, it is a shame.
That dude would actually eat it.
Yeah, it's a shame because Yuengling doesn't really consider themselves, or they don't treat themselves like a craft brewery, even though they technically are by supply, which is a huge disappointment because they don't really interact or collaborate or do anything with the smaller guy, which is kind of a bummer. That's my biggest complaint. But my favorite Yuengling is I don't know if he's ever had it, but it's the Lord Chesterfield Ale.
Hell yeah,
oh, yeah, Lord Chesterfield, man.
And I will say, as someone who lives next to the brewer, it is disgusting that Anheuser-Busch would stoop to that level and steal their logo. Also, our brand new banging beers, Lord Chesterfield.
Plug her in, everybody. Plug her in.
Get it.
So literally days we made a joke because we got literally every single member of our podcast. It's our face instead of the Lord. And we're like, we're gonna get sued. Like they're gonna send us a letter. And then Anheuser-Busch did this, and we're like, we're off the radar. There's no chance now. So I thought it was funny when you guys were gonna do this. I'm like, yeah, we literally just ripped off their logo as well. But they don't care who we are. Yeah.
That would actually be good if they did shots fired at you guys. Think
about
the followers.
Yeah, tweet us.
The press.
No such thing as bad publicity.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
I'll take anything I can get. Yeah.
Same. Throw our name in there too whenever they talk shit to you.
Yeah.
Fueled by hops, guys. It was their fault, but we did it. So make us both popular.
Wouldn't be the first time we got accused of IP theft.
No, not really.
Yeah, I'm begging for a cease and desist letter. That'd be amazing.
At one point in time, Nick was too.
I still kind of want one. I could use some new news on the glass front side, so I might have to just make that glass that's just all about IP. Just try to make it as
put
completely
every
over
logo
the top.
on there. Put like
I'll be
logo on there.
Put an actual cease and desist letter on there.
Yeah, I'll be gunning for my first one next week. So that's pretty exciting.
Oh, all right. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this next week?
It's a West Coast IPA coming out. It's called Live and Let Hop, like after James Bond. And the label literally looks like a James Bond movie poster. So
that's sick.
I don't know if they'll give us. I don't know if they'll give a shit that my little.
No, I had a beer. I had a beer called the Golden Gun. It was literally the Golden Gun was on the can. I don't think they got shit for it.
Yeah. I mean,
I was
somehow craft beer is able to get around IP theft for the most part. I mean, some of the big names kind of get caught for it.
I have no idea how.
I don't either.
If you want trouble, put Stone in your beer. I heard that.
You can't do anything Nintendo.
But what's hilarious about that is that there is a brewery from my hometown of Belleville in Pennsylvania, Smithton, PA, called Stoney's. Like, are they going to go after Stoney's? Like, come on, man.
But they were
Stoney's has been around forever.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were out in like the 60s,
1800s. Yeah, they were back like they're like early 1900s.
So Stone can't touch them. I mean, no judge is gonna look at that. And
they could try, but
well,
But get back to Yuengling. Anyway, first off, I think any opportunity to take a shot at Anheuser-Busch is great. There we go. Got the Hershey Porter.
Little Hershey.
I love Yuengling. Okay, it was like the first beer that like I really attached myself to. It was the first beer I bought when I was 21. Like the day I turned 21, I bought Yuengling. It just has like that emotional connection. Like I used to live out that way. My mom lives like really close to the brewery too. Like it just kind of has like a family connection, has like a nostalgic connection to me. I like touring the brewery. I think the brewery is really cool, and it's free to tour the brewery. And they give you ice cream at the end and beer, so it's worth driving out there and checking that out. I actually got to meet Dick Yuengling while I was there, which was like really, really cool. Like he was just chilling, walking around this gift shop, and I got to like say hi to him and stuff, which I thought was really neat. But nonetheless, I think Yuengling's just an iconic brand in Pennsylvania. I'm a little bitter, like with like the Brewers Association, who I think like keeps increasing the definition of a craft brewery to include Yuengling in there.
I agree,
but you know, hey, that's more them than anything. But
I think it's Yuengling and Sam Adams. I think they're trying to keep into craft beer. I think those are the two biggest distributors of craft beer are Yuengling and Sam's.
Well, they're also the two biggest contributors to the Brewers Association, who sets the bar.
That was just that was like going to be my next point.
So it's
all about that money.
It's who writes the biggest fucking check, and they carry the two biggest pens in the whole fucking craft beer market. So the bar's always going to be changed for them. It's especially, I mean, fucking Sam Adams absorbed Dogfish Head, so they absorbed. I think what were they? They were producing. I think just under $1 million barrels.
$300 million too.
Well, right, but I mean, I'm talking about their barrelage, so it's all under one flag now. So that bar is just going to move again.
Yep.
Did I see a story about Monster bought like 3 brands, like that Monster energy drink?
They bought Cigar City. They bought like one. It was one like umbrella company,
like Can-Am or something like that.
Yeah, it had
Canarchy.
It had fucking Cigar City, and I think a couple other out of Florida, and then like
that was
hard seltzer or something.
Oscar Blues.
Yeah, Oscar Blues.
Oscar Blues in that too.
Wait, they bought Cigar City and Oscar Blues?
Yeah, somebody else. And a seltzer company and a couple other ones too.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Real quick, is that what we're going to start seeing is like these bigger name brands like Pepsi, Monster, Coke.
Bring it back Four Loko, baby. Caffeinated.
Yeah. Four Loko.
Get that Four Loko.
I just want the Monster Energy Seltzer. Kyle versus Drywall.
Real quick though, back to Yuengling. If anyone does come down or they're thinking about doing the tour, back in the day when you came to Pottsville, Yuengling, you did Yuengling, and that was pretty much it. You can do some dive bars in the area, but that was the extent of your trip. But now, if you come to the city, 2 more breweries just opened in downtown. Pottsville.
Our buddies.
Yeah, so you can go to Black Rock Brewing Company, which they kind of worked with Springgate. They opened it. It's a beautiful building. It's an old WYMCA. Some really good beers, a good bar food. They do a great job. But then probably I would say our heavy hitter in town is going to be Pilgaroo Brewing Company. Yep. They do unbelievable job. They make some great beers. I've literally been following this brewery since they've been making beers in their garage. Mm-hmm. So now it's
they poured at Drink the Cookie Table, our last beer festival. So
I talked to them about it. They said they had a great time. So that's awesome.
They had a great time.
Yeah,
they had a really great time.
I mean,
it got a little.
They
weird
wanted to fight me. They really wanted to fight me, but
I wouldn't fight Tony Deppen. He's a professional wrestler. He's
he was the one that was the most pissed at me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a little issue with their jockey box. Yeah,
we didn't have one.
Yeah, we just somehow we miscounted the jockey boxes. It was just a rookie mistake that we made, and fortunately Ben came through and got him a jockey box. They had some issues with it leaking. We felt really bad at the end of the festival, but
it was like I was already at the festival. I had to have somebody else go back and get it, and I forgot to tell them to pick up the bottom plug, so their beer was foaming because the ice was draining. It was just
it was
Tony, like would come out and find me. He's like, "Where's your boy at?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And like he's like. I'm seeing this vein come out of his neck. I'm like, this guy's gonna pile drive me.
Yeah, please don't hurt
in public.
Just don't hurt me.
Yeah,
like there's one person in the whole entire room that could kick everybody's ass, and now he has his target on me, and this is not fun.
Ron Funches just beat him in a match. You might have a little bit of a shot.
Listen, I'm not Ron Funches. So.
No, but they do a great job. Go check their brewery. Literally is. Only a couple months into being open. They have a really cool spot. Usually pro wrestling on TV if there's no sports going on, but they're really cool. So Pottsville does have some cool things to check out. And just within an hour of that Yuengling brewery, there's so many cool breweries to check out. Another one I'm a huge fan of. Like I love Yuengling, but my favorite craft beer in the area, if it's not Pilgaroo, is definitely, I don't know if you have Trogs. Big fan of Trogs.
Yeah, Trogs.
Yeah.
It's the OG, man.
That's another one
they
in
can
our
get
area.
them just about everywhere on the state, right? I mean, they're pretty much statewide.
That's beautiful.
I think we can get it out here in Colorado. I've seen it out here before.
We were just out in Colorado not too long ago, and Left Hand Brewing Company treated us like kings.
Oh wow!
Is that up in Denver?
Yeah, right outside of Denver. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have not gone to a brewery in Denver. I live in the Springs, but I work in Denver.
Yeah, I can't say anything negative about them. We walked in, we just like, hey, they're like, what are you doing here? And we told them we're picking up my brother. We actually flew to Denver, then drove to California, and then drove back and kind of did like a sightseeing tour, and then flew back out of Denver. But we stopped at Left Hand, and we're just like, they're like, where are you from? We said Pennsylvania, and we kind of told them we're to a beer podcast, but we're not recording. We're just kind of hanging out. And they literally went in the back and brought like 5 more flights out and got us toasted. Wow, awesome. And they just hung out with us and gave us all these. They were super, super cool. So I always have love for that brewery.
Yeah. But get back real quick to Pilgaroo. First off, those guys, awesome guys. Really apologize about the mix up that they had. Their beer went over really, really well here.
It's good stuff.
In Pittsburgh.
Which ones they bring?
To be honest, I can't really remember off the top
of
my head.
A sour and a stout, I want to say.
Yeah, it was a sour and a stout. Correctly. But they went over really well with everybody. But the night before, those guys got like crushed. Like I saw them and I was like, whoa, these guys.
The only person that went crazier than Pilgaroo the night before was Dewey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the brewer from Dewey was insane.
One of the guys said he may think someone may have put something in his drink because he said he drinks a lot, but some reason he was not in his right state of mind. And
no way.
He kind of was.
They were all over the city the night before. Like they were out with Adam Zane, the owner of 412 Brewing, who was also a professional wrestler.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Those guys like linked up. They were running around, but I got to plug real quick because Adam is also putting on a wrestling beer festival June 4th here, actually in my hometown of Bell Vernon, PA, at Ross Draper Ice Gardens, and Pilgaroo is going to be there as well. So if you missed them at Drink the Cookie Table and you want to try their beer here in Western Pennsylvania, you will get another shot on June 4th at the Ross Draper Ice Gardens for the Brews and
we're going to try to make that as well.
Festival. Well, you have
to come to that. Did you happen to see what he had to say about Jerry's going to make a wrestling appearance?
Yes, I know. I know the whole story here. We cannot. We can't.
I know the story as well, but Jerry's going to be in a ring.
Jerry will be at this festival, and JJ
as a participant, not as a drinker, but as a participant.
Well, in a slinglet. In a slinglet. Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
He's coming down like Bam Bam Bigelow. It's not working like that.
Yes.
Somebody needs to live stream this or make me pay for it. I will gladly pay
we will live
$40 to watch this.
We will set up a pay-per-view just for you.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Everybody else got to watch it for free. I paid like $60.
Yeah, and the boys from Pilgaroo also, they started a little brew fest before they even had a building called the School County Brew Fest. And it was literally in a tiny little like Elks Lodge grass lot. And they've grown that from a little tiny grass lot to they literally taken up 4 downtown blocks of downtown Pottsville, Pennsylvania. So every year they do this giant beer festival and they welcome everyone to come down and support and do that. They do a great job. And it's like wrestling themed. So if your brewery wins, you win the title belt. And then in November they do a Brews Giving, and the whole idea of Brews Giving is that the breweries team up like a tag team and they make a collaboration beer, and the best collaboration beer wins the tag team titles.
No,
so they do a lot of really cool things. So definitely support those guys.
Yeah, I definitely want to get out there at Tap Room soon. No doubt.
Tell your boys I went in on that festival.
Yeah, if anyone here gets to Pilgaroo or they're coming down that way, please message me and I will meet you at that bar room. It's only a 10-minute drive from me, and we'll definitely hang out.
Nice. I got tons of family out there, so I'm definitely always out in that region. Yeah. But so moving along, Anthony, are you staying on, or you want to?
Yeah, I'll hang out if you want me to.
Because we got a really important topic coming up next.
We do. We really do.
Yeah.
But before we get to our next topic, we got to plug our second sponsor.
Just plug it in.
Plug it on in here. We're going to plug it on in here. For you folks at home that enjoy craft beer delivered right to your front door, you can head over to craftbeerclub.com/fueled by hops. And you can have a wonderful little craft beer box of some delightful little beers. I don't know exactly what it would be, but you go onto their website, craftbeerclub.com/fueled by hops. You can hop on there and check it out. If you have to go to our link to unlock the Fueled by Hops, like whatever that we have with them. But if you go on there, it will say Fueled by Hops unlocked. So go in there, order your box. They have all kinds of great breweries coming in there. I'm actually getting ready to order my first box here in the next couple of days. Like there's like Yazoo and quite a few other ones, but this is all like nationwide stuff that you can't get here locally. So you'll be able to get beers from all over the country delivered right to your front door, which is really neat. So again, craftbeerclub.com/fueled by hops, and you can go check that out. But our next topic, which is really, really important, is what is the best drunk fast food place out there?
And items. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be like the place. Like, you got to kind of pick. Like,
I'm gonna start things off.
All right, go
My favorite drunk fast food, Sheetz French fries with the hot sauce. You have to get the hot sauce with Sheetz French fries.
Oh,
it doesn't matter. They do it to everybody. Yeah. But you got to get a meatball hoagie and you got to get the French fries with hot sauce.
So do they still do the meatball subs for like you can get a half for like $1 or $2 or something like that? Is it still? Is it like? Yeah. Okay, but still, you can't.
I'm really hungry for a meatball sub.
Yeah.
We're in a good meatball recipe.
Yeah, we're in a weird battle.
Yeah, I do.
Far too many.
Fuck you.
Yeah, where we are in Pennsylvania, we're in a weird battle line state where we have a little bit of Wawa and Sheetz in the mix.
No, Wawa's not a good thing.
People battle to the death over those two brands.
So wait,
my Philly people love Wawa. Philly people love Wawa
because they've never had Sheetz.
No, they have, because I went to IUP and the Wawa people would come in and they'd go to Sheetz and be like, oh, Wawa's better. No, you're stupid.
It's like California people with dog ass fucking In-N-Out. Whataburger is way better.
No, In-N-Out's great. In-N-Out's
no, it's not.
I've never had either.
It's not.
It's so much better than Whataburger.
Imagine if it was good, and then imagine the opposite, and that's what In-N-Out
Wawa's
is.
never made a hot dog flavored water beer. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. That doesn't taste like hot dogs.
Ooh, shots fired at Sheetz.
No,
listen, they made the Limp Biscuit of beers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that beer was really good, but it tasted
nothing. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was a West Coast. It was decent. It was
garbage. Oh, I didn't think it was drinkable. I choked
the
it down
donut
on your
beer
porch.
was
It was terrible.
Proxy.
I thought the donut beer was better than the hot dog beer.
I like the hot dog one. I thought it was like a nice like West Coast IPA, but
you also drink a 12-pack of Diet Cherry Pepsi a day.
That's so gross. That's disgusting.
Just blow those taste buds right.
That is such a problem. That's so problematic. Like you're like, I have stomach problems. Then you're like 3 seconds later, I drink a 12-pack of Diet Pepsi. I'm like, there's your problem. Holy Hannah.
Hey, can you guys see? Can you guys see the usernames? Who just talked about the guy with the hot dog truck?
Jonathan Bromley.
Jonathan Bromley.
What's up, man?
We may have been there at
Mr.
the same
Wax
time.
Wednesday.
There was this dude. He would just show up out of nowhere on Philadelphia Street with a fucking cart and slinging $1 hot dogs. It didn't matter, and $1 pizzas sometimes. And he would just pop up out of nowhere. I don't think he had a license. I think he just had a cart.
Yeah.
I don't know if the hot dogs.
We have one of those at Home Depot.
Those are the best, though. Those are the
we have one of those dudes.
I don't know
at our Home Depot.
They were cooked. Like he could have pissed in them, but at 2 a.m., 2:10,
$1.
God damn, it was amazing.
Yeah.
So Anthony, what is your favorite drunk food?
I'm gonna go, and it's so disgusting. Like when you try to eat them sober, they're just not good. But when you're drunk, you know they're terrible for you, but they just have a different taste.
Buttholes.
Something about a McDonald's double cheeseburger.
Oh yeah,
2 a.m.
Cheeseburger's good.
And I mean, the next day you're gonna feel like you just ate a brick. Right. But in the moment, that $1 double cheeseburger is amazing.
Are you just dollar cheese? Because I'm a McDouble with just mac sauce.
Oh, you know, I do the McDouble.
It's like my way to go.
McDoubles. And the problem is
McDoubles and just mac sauce.
I don't do the mac sauce, but I order McDouble.
You gotta try it. Change your life.
But when you're drunk and you're in the car, you're like, I'll take 4. And then after you eat them, and you're like, what? Like, listen, I'm no Adonis over here.
Y'all ever had the McGangbang?
No,
I've never had a gangbang. No,
dude, it's awesome.
I don't even want to know what this.
Does anybody know what the McGangbang is, or just me and you, Brandt?
I do.
Is this just a secret for you?
Yeah,
maybe. So you get a McDouble and a McChicken, and you separate.
It's their little
separate the 2 patties of the McDouble, put a whole McChicken in there, and then put it back together, and it's just this massive drunken like $3
Wait a
sandwich.
second. Oh. You're talking about 2 fucking McDonald's patties and a McChicken. And you want to make fun of Ryan for drinking 12 fucking Pepsis.
But I also don't eat this on the regular. I I don't do this every day. I don't do this every day.
You look like you ate 2 of those today.
I should. I should.
Somebody just look at the comments. People are going crazy over this McGangbang thing. Somebody said they lived off them in college. I never even heard of this before.
Jonathan,
you will get banned from a McDonald's ordering a McGangbang. They won't let you do it where I'm from.
No, so the McDonald's right outside of my college, you could literally just pull up to the thing and be like, I want 2 McGangbangs. They're like $6. I'm like, and they would make it for you. You didn't even have to disassemble.
They had a
would make
fucking button. They had it ready to go. So Ben, what's your drunk fast food?
Sheets nachos. God damn it.
Okay.
2 o'clock
so
in
wait,
the morning.
you eat them with a fork?
No. I don't get the joke. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll fill you in later.
We'll fill you in on that one later.
Okay.
We'll fill you in on that one later.
We
that's
love
a group
you,
chat.
Mr.
That's group
Anonymous.
chat.
So
What's
confused.
in the group chat?
I'm so
God
lost on
damn,
that.
it wasn't me. It wasn't me this time.
We love you, Mark. We love you, Mark.
Hi, it's Mr. Anonymous,
no.
dickhead.
Oh,
Why
that's
would you
fucked
say
up.
his name?
I like that. Someone said in the chat the McGangbang needs
But
to be
nobody
a
knows who we're
t-shirt
talking
on
about, so
Fueled
it's
by
all
Hops.
good. It's all
No,
good.
they definitely do because someone said he loves nachos.
Can we
Oh, that's fucked
can we
up.
make the McGangbang a beer?
That's fucked up. Yes.
Can the
Gladly.
logo be,
I'll get with you.
Life.
can the logo
Big
be
gangbang
all of the
gang.
McDonald's characters legit having a gangbang?
Yes.
Like on the end of Sausage Party, where all those
yeah.
things are fucking each other in giant
Yes.
orgy.
Like the
Oh, Ben.
that creepy
Yes.
bird and the
Listen.
Hamburglar and the giant purple McGrimace.
We
Yeah.
almost made it this entire episode without losing our sponsors. We
That's
almost
super-
made it. We're
And then we
55
gotta talk
minutes
about
in.
Listen,
Gang-
we thought we lost him last week, and yet I see him right next to my head, so we're still good.
That is a sexy beer. I don't know, like something about McGrimace is just that just does it for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen, Grimace is definitely the back of the train. There's no
Oh,
way around it.
100%.
Like he's the anchor.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say. That's fucked up.
No.
listen, you're drinking with a
Don't
scoop
say it.
tonight, baby. I'll bring the heat.
I'm not saying it.
Who
I
put this one
refuse.
up? Our favorite back in the late
Ruber.
70s was Eaton Park Midnight Buffet. Yeah, that was mine. Like
Ruber's
way
got
back in the day.
all of it.
Like when I first turned 21, we used to hit up the Eaton Park Buffet.
See, for me, if I'm drunk, the
I
best
got
thing
destroyed
that I
with
can
COVID
get,
though.
yeah. My best thing is McNuggets and McDonald's French fries, like, and tons of their barbecue sauce.
Oh,
Like
their
that
barbecue
hits it.
sauce is so good.
It's so good. It's so good.
So
I don't know why. It's so good.
Yeah, I can drink it.
Oh yeah, dude,
And I
put
make a
sugar on
barbecue sauce.
I go to McDonald's, I
Yeah.
order too much when I'm drunk, and then I come home and I just like, why did I eat all of that?
Yeah.
I've went to
And then you're like, no,
McDonald's
dude.
drunk before and ordered 100 nuggets, and the lady looked at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, I
It's
want
a
100
challenge.
chicken McNuggets,
Dude.
please.
Remember the
I-
box they would sell, the big
The
fucking
50,
box?
yeah, the 50 pack. I would get drunk and go there with my friends so they could time how fast I could eat 50 nuggets. I did it in like 6 minutes one time. It was disgusting. I
It
loved
shows.
We
It
used to
shows.
buy the big
We believe that story.
we used to buy the big Taco Bell box, and then we'd play a game where you just everyone sits down with a big Taco Bell box and eats it, and then like it's like a Russian roulette. Like whoever goes to the bathroom first is eliminated, and like last one standing wins.
Oh, I'd be
Oh,
first.
hell
out.
no.
definitely
I would
be
win.
first
I
out.
would win that.
Like,
I have
like,
iron
you could
guts.
still-
I
come to
can't
our
get
beer
through
garden.
2 Taco Bell tacos without getting up from the table. Like
God
it
damn.
runs through me.
What's
It's
crazy about
horrible.
Taco Bell though is like I remember when those 10 packs came out and everybody was like, "Oh, who can eat 10
They're like
tacos?"
$10.
Yeah.
I can
And now-
crush 10 tacos.
I'm like, give me 3 of those and that's lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wait, 3 10 packs
Yeah.
just to be
So-
so 30 tacos.
So where I'm from, there wasn't like an Uber, there wasn't Uber Eats, anything like that. And this is a handful of years ago. But there was this guy in town called Skip.
Sorry,
You
guys.
could text.
You hear yourself.
you're
My
good.
bad. I'm sharing
You
it
could
all to our
text
pages.
Skip.
So
You could call Skip any time of the day. He would come and pick you up, take you to the store. He'll come pick up McDonald's, bring it to you. I called Skip drunk one night, like 3 in the morning. I'm like, Skip, I need 10 McChickens, 10 McDoubles, 4 large fries, and 10 10-piece nuggets. Dude shows up like 45 minutes later with like $75 worth of McDonald's. Me and my 4 buddies sat there and crushed it drunk one night. It was
Oh,
the
shit.
best. It's the
Um,
best. I've ordered
speaking-
100 nuggets before. It's so good.
Speaking of massive drunken fast food purchases, did you guys see a few weeks back John Daly drunkenly ordered $400 fucking worth
Yeah.
of Taco Bell? That
And
shit
ate
was
it probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
He
the
looks
day
like he
before a
ate it.
tournament.
are you guys
He's such a
fans
legend
of-
back here.
Are you guys fans of like Howard Stern?
Yes, I love Howard Stern.
As soon as you said that clip that's been going around on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, where it's like it says like, and it's Beetlejuice, and he goes, and the next day the motherfucker was dead. That's all I thought when you said I have $400 worth of Taco
But
Bell.
here's the thing.
Beetlejuice popped in my head.
I love Beetlejuice.
That would kill anybody else but John Daly.
Yeah. that's how he survives. That's his clutch.
Like that dude's just still going to go out and shoot 500 the next day.
I have a funny John Daly story. So one of my first roommates, actually I think it's my second roommate, when I was living in Uniontown, was a bartender at Nemacolin Woodlands. that used to host the PGA Tour. And John Daly is like a legend up there. Like he and the owner of Nemacolin like ran around like doing all kinds of wild stuff. But he loved my roommate. Like my roommate was literally like a zero fucks given type of guy and was a bartender up there. And Daly used to go like sit at the bar and hang out with them and like BS with them. And they just got along. He would deliver beers to Daly right on the course. Like Daly would like straight up call him and be like, I need a beer to like the, hole 3 or something. Like I'm getting ready to tee off. Can you walk me up a beer? And like, he would just like take him drinks right on the course. Like absolutely mind blowing.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Daly's also a Miller Lite guy, has been since he was like 8 years old.
Yeah. Well, that definitely shows.
Yeah.
He sits in a cart with a cigarette, a Diet Coke or a Mountain Dew or whatever he drinks and still just hits fucking bombs.
Yeah, he got a cart exemption at the Tour Championship one year. No, it was a Tour Championship. It was an actual event because any past winners can play there. And he got a cart exemption just for being fat, and he rolls up with McDonald's. He literally rolls up to the cart with McDonald's, like rolling up to tee off.
Because you can get $1 large.
Yeah, dude, it was wild.
All right, moving along. So we have to end.
Hey, I didn't get to say my favorite one. I didn't get to get my favorite drunk fast food.
What is it?
Fine, go for it.
I don't know if this counts as fast food, but it should.
It doesn't.
Oh gosh.
Well, fuck. In Austin on 6th Street, there's these like legit
Austin, Texas.
Yes, Austin, Texas. Austin, Ohio. What other?
We're talking about national
talking about fast food.
Okay, well, this is fast food because you can just walk up and there are these little street taco vendors.
If you're in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, if you're in Austin, Texas.
Well, there's other places they have something like that here. I don't know. But street taco trucks, you can go up and just hand them $5 and get like 4 or 5 just bomb ass street tacos. You don't speak a lick of Spanish, they don't speak a lick of English, and you just put up how many you want, and then they just tell you how many dollars it is, and you just hand it to them, and then you just bar hop along 6th Street, just getting fucked up eating street tacos.
Taco places like are the best. The dirtier the street taco place, the better.
Oh, dude, these ones were literally like a 5-foot long trailer with just a spit in the back, and you could get a street taco or you could not. There was no options.
It's like that grilled cheese cart.
Yeah,
sure.
Have you guys seen that?
No.
You sent it. Somebody sent it in the group chat the other day.
We have a gourmet grilled cheese restaurant in Pottsville. So like once again, if you go to Yuengling's, there's a gourmet grilled cheese sandwich place in downtown Pottsville.
We have to go to Pottsville. Like you got Yuengling.
We kind of have one in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have the Yard.
The Yard. Yeah, they have like 20 different grilled cheeses on menu.
Yeah.
See, the best grilled cheese to me, though, like the best grilled cheese sandwich chain that I've been to is Melt in Ohio and all those different areas out there.
I've never been there. That's high on my list.
You haven't?
There's one in Akron.
Yeah,
there's one in Menor, Ohio. There's one I've been to a couple in Cleveland. I believe there's one in Columbus.
The owners of it own a restaurant in my hometown, I think, or we're going to.
Story, bro.
Thanks, man. Just saying, if you're going to go to JAFB, that everybody loves, you can go there too. I think. I don't know.
All right, move along. We got to wrap up today's episode by talking about the most important topic of this weekend, and that is the NFL playoffs. But before we do that, we have to take a minute here, and we have to talk about the worst football broadcasters out there. We were going to do sports broadcasters, but let's just do this for football because I think we all hate the same person. Are we all in agreement?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I have my own.
You hate Chris Collinsworth?
I hate him, but not as much as somebody else.
Yeah, same.
And spit it out.
Joe Buck.
Sober
that guy.
Sober Tony Romo.
Football.
Joe Buck's horrible at football.
Tony Romo
Joe Buck is
good
just as bad at football as he is in baseball, but he's just terrible all the way around.
When Tony Romo's sober in like the first half, he sucks. I don't like him. But when he gets starting to slur his speech and he gets fucked up in the second half, he's so much better. He does not give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to legally say because my team that I like Tony Romo on commentary, but he's actually pretty good. But I agree. I agree. Joe Buck is pretty fucking awful. And Chris
this is your time to shine based on the comments. So
yeah.
Have your rant, buddy.
Well,
have your
everybody.
rant.
Everybody knows Collinsworth is a piece of shit. Like, he just.
If you're a Steeler fan, you hate Chris Collinsworth. It just comes with the territory.
But I'm also the PA guy who follows no Pennsylvania sports teams.
That's all right. I mean,
who's your team then?
I'm a Washington fan.
Really? They have fans?
Yeah. So
you could pick any team. There's 31 others.
Yeah. So
They don't even have a name.
The reason is Pottsville used to have a pro football team. It was called the Pottsville Maroons. They played an exhibition. They actually won the NFL championship. They beat the Cardinals. I believe they were in Baltimore at that time, and they played an exhibition game against Notre Dame. The league found out about it and revoked their championship, which is why the Cardinals supposedly have a curse on them why they can't win one. So that it bankrupted the team. The team left Pottsville, went to Boston, then went from Boston to Washington. And then the Washington's training camp for a while was in Harrisburg, like right outside of Harrisburg, Carlisle. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the Washington teams, like the Capitals, the Nationals, all their minor league teams are in Pennsylvania. So that's kind of why I transitioned to because I can't root for the Eagles. I just can't do it.
That's a really long story to say that you just fucking hate Baltimore. I mean, you could have just straight up said "fuck Baltimore." I mean, we'd have been okay with that.
Most people in the United States hate Baltimore, so it's okay.
So Anthony, I'm in your shoes that I'm not a Steelers fan, so I don't have the deep hatred for Baltimore as the rest of our panel here does tonight. But Ben, go on your Collinsworth rant because I know you've been asking for this for weeks.
Here's your pedestal.
Here's your moment.
Fucking terrible.
Yes.
He couldn't get out of his own fucking way to cheer for that fucking tie between the Chargers and the Raiders. He couldn't go 5 fucking seconds without talking about how great it would be to see a tie and the Steelers not make the playoffs. Fuck that guy. Fuck his family. I hope he loses his job.
Did you see the latest meme? I just saw it the other day floating around Twitter. It was Chris Collinsworth and OJ Simpson standing together, and it says, "Here's the biggest piece of shit on earth," and next to him is OJ Simpson.
No, wait, didn't Collinsworth give us the double doink? Wasn't that him?
It was. I'm pretty sure it was him with the double doink.
That's what I thought.
I don't like him that much. I only really like drunk Tony Romo. Other than that,
I'm still taking the best.
What about drunk Troy Aikman? Is there drunk Troy Aikman?
We just get Pat McAfee to do everything.
Dude, I'm the biggest Pat McAfee fan alive. I fucking love Pat.
The best sports broadcaster right now is Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson, hands down.
I will watch games just for Gus Johnson.
Okay,
hands down.
My internet lagged. I don't know if you heard what I said, but can we just get Pat McAfee to do everything?
Yeah, I said I'm the biggest Pat McAfee fan alive.
All 4 of us are Pat McAfee fans, so absolutely.
Massive.
I'm a pro wrestling fan. I love hearing him on, and I don't even like watching WWE anymore, but he kills it there too.
I know.
On Friday night SmackDowns.
I lived like 20 minutes away from WVU, like 25 minutes, like early on when I was younger. So we'd go to like Morgantown all the time. And that was like Pat McAfee's like heyday down there. Like that guy is literally a Morgantown legend.
And he's
not for playing football there.
Not for football.
No. For everything else.
Yeah.
And
dude, his stories are so fucking funny at WVU.
Yeah. And shout out to him.
He's a great storyteller.
What did he just sign? $100 million deal for that show? Like deserves out that. Yep. And he did it. He started just like us. I mean,
So you're gonna see.
Have you guys ever watched a stand-up?
Yeah, it's iffy. He had what's his face? Pac-Man Jones on in Cincinnati when he did a stand-up down there, and then he had Maurice Claret when he did it in Columbus, and that was fucking fun.
Fuck Maurice Claret.
I will say that I'm a podcaster and I was a punter and kicker in high school football. I just want to put that out there.
There it is.
For the brand, baby. For the brand.
For the brand.
So basically, we're gonna be the next Pat McAfee. I like it.
I'll try my fucking damnedest.
I love Pat.
All right, let's get to these predictions here for the playoff picture.
So do you want to go over last week first, or what?
So going over last week's, I just pulled it up here on my my computer. So we have right now a tie for first place. Nick and Brandt both picked the same exact picks last week. So they both got 5 correct. I'm in second place with 4 correct, and Ben, unfortunately, 3 correct. But you can still pull this together, Ben. You can still pull this together. So this week, looking at the playoff picture for this weekend, and of course the Steelers aren't in it anymore, which no shock to anybody. Love them though. However, one of our hated rivals is in the playoffs, and I hate it because I hate the team.
Yeah, fuck Tom Brady.
I love the freaking quarterback, and I hate that I love the quarterback because he's in my damn division.
Yeah.
But Cincinnati Bengals and Tennessee Titans. I'm taking Cincinnati.
Same.
Same.
Titans.
No way.
We're putting you on this list here because we're going to call you out if you're wrong here, Anthony.
I had a great Cincinnati Bengals moment. I went to a wrestling show. I don't know if you guys remember the old school Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South. He was at the show I was at, so I walk up and he's watching TV, and I just sat next to him and watched the entire like 3/4 of the Raiders Bengals game and talked to Jimmy Hart about football. And I was like, when I was a kid watching him manage Hulk Hogan, I thought to myself, I'm gonna be a 35-year-old man watching the Bengals win a playoff with Jimmy Hart.
Dude, Jimmy Hart's still active.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Still out there. He's like
he's still like 140 pounds.
Yeah, and he's literally the whole "Hey baby," that's him.
Yeah.
That's him all day long.
Yeah. I saw some I don't know, some upstart wrestling federation or whatever you call those advertising. Like he was on their card, like Jimmy Hart.
He'll show up early and set chairs up. Like he's an animal. Yeah, he loves the business.
He just loves it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But back to the pick, though. I mean, I don't see anyone, at least this week, I don't see Tennessee slowing down this train that Cincinnati has going on. I think they're too
Jamar
good.
Chase is just too good.
I just want to
that's
why
he's always open.
Burrow and Chase just have a great dynamic. I mean,
I don't see Tannehill being able to make enough big throws to win a big enough game for that team.
I believe in Tannehill. Let's go Tannehill.
Who'd you pick?
Great quarterback.
Who'd you pick?
I picked the Bengals. I picked the Bengals. I was just talking shit to Ryan.
Go. Okay.
Ryan Tannehill was a wide receiver when he walked on to, or when he first went to Texas A&M.
Was it? I didn't know that.
So,
that's actually really interesting enough.
Yeah. So I'm taking Burrow. I'm taking the Bengals.
Okay. I agree.
Keep it rolling.
Okay. So next game. San Francisco and Green Bay. I'm taking San Fran.
Green Bay.
Aaron Rodgers has never beat the 49ers in the playoffs, and I don't think it changes this week. I'm going 49ers.
Green Bay all fucking day.
Yeah.
Okay.
By double digits.
I think that San Fran is better than people give him credit for.
Debo.
Debo is, whoa, that guy's on another level right now.
It was a different type of player.
But didn't they just lose Nick Bosa and that linebacker? Didn't they both just get hurt?
Fred Warner's clear to play.
Oh, is Nick Bosa?
Yeah. Nick Bosa's going through concussion protocol.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Whoever put that up there,
that was
they did.
That was
absolutely.
Mark.
My Washington's going to come through. Fuck the entire Shanahan family. Go Pack, go.
Okay, Anthony, go Pack, go.
I like it.
So I take it you didn't eat at Shanahan's restaurant when you were in Denver.
No, I did not.
Did you eat at Elway's?
I did not. No.
Oh.
I've only ever eaten at one NFL player's restaurant ever, and it was in Pittsburgh. I ate at Jerome Bettis's. I went to go see
Bettis's, man.
I went to see Panther at a stage AE. Really?
Yeah, they shut down COVID.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Ditka's down near
there's a Ditka's in Robinson.
Yeah.
I thought it closed last time I drove by.
No, it's still there.
I've only ever been to Pittsburgh one time, and I had a fucking blast. And I had no craft beer the entire time. I didn't go to any breweries. I just went to just explored Pittsburgh, and I had an absolute blast.
Well, what's so great now about Pittsburgh is if you go back to Jerome Bettis's restaurant, which isn't there anymore, but if you go back to that geographical location, you can now walk to 4 Points, 412. There's so many of them right there. Yeah, Mike's Beer Bar is there right now. Like
we walked from our hotel to the stage AE, and we stayed at this old monastery. It's like an old monk monastery.
The Priory.
The Priory. It's like in a ghetto, and it was terrifying at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but there's Allegheny City Brewing's right there. You can go there now.
Yeah,
which is phenomenal.
We went to some jazz club where like the third floor is like a burlesque show, the second floor is a bar,
now.
And the basement was like a jazz club. It was awesome.
That was probably James Street.
Wow.
Yeah, James Street Gastropub, and that's been gone for a while. Somebody's supposedly putting something like that, like bought the building and supposed to redo it.
Yeah,
but supposedly they bought the building for like a couple $1 million, and I was like,
yeah, Pittsburgh's a dope town, man. I had a blast there. I'm having a brain fart. I had a couple beers. The artist, the fucking famous artist, Andy Warhol Museum was super cool. Yeah, I had a really good time there.
All right, next game. LA Rams versus Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm taking Tampa Bay.
I'm taking the Rams. I hate Tom Brady. I'm going to root against him every week. I just hate Tom Brady and that fucking beautiful little perfect chiseled chin of his. Motherfucker.
Fucking gorgeous.
I'm taking the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks. I think it's going to be a real close game. but I'm taking the Bucs.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Rams. I want Matt Stafford to go to the Super Bowl. I think he got fucked over a lot in Detroit. I think he's
Georgia.
Who you taking, Ben?
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Anthony, who you got?
I want the Rams to win for the same reason he said for Matt Stafford. But if the Buccaneers win it all, I can say that Washington beat them. So that's I'm going to hang on that as long as I possibly can. But I'm going to go Tampa Bay to win it.
Okay. Now I saved this one for last because I think this is going to be the most controversial one.
I agree.
I mean, there's only one choice here, right?
I don't
Bills,
have a
Chiefs.
pick yet.
I'm going Bills.
Same.
Yeah, Bills Mafia all day. They're winning the whole thing. The Bills deserve more than anybody.
I'm such a Bills fan right now. Like, I know Joe's going
man.
crazy right now, but like, Steelers are out. I'm all Bills.
Yeah.
I'm making this pick for
100%.
Joe Miller, baby. Let's go Bills.
Okay.
A guy on my podcast, he's in the chat. Bill Gober threatened my life. He said if I don't pick the Bills, he's quitting the show. I would have picked Bills anyway. I want the Bills to win it all, man. Any fan base who's willing to be cool and also slam each other through flaming tables, I root for.
How about fucking Fitzpatrick?
Chicken wings.
How about Fitzmagic, shirtless,
Yeah.
0 degrees, in the stands, just yugging
balls
beers.
out.
Yeah.
As a
He's
Washington
injured.
fan, I'd much rather him see him on the field, not shirtless at a Bills game. But Fitzmagic can do what he wants.
That man was out on the IR all season and just shows up at his old team's game.
Yeah.
Just shirtless and 0 degrees, just saying, fuck it.
When you have a beard like that, you do whatever you want in life. That's just how it works.
Who you taking?
Is that true, Ben?
You make your own rules.
Yeah, absolutely. I make my own rules.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
You're taking Kansas City, Ben.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
fuck the
have
Bills.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas City looks so good against Pittsburgh. I mean, Kelsey threw a touchdown. You had an offensive
They played
lineman
Pittsburgh.
receive the touchdown.
He played Big Ben in his 19 or 18
They
season.
played 39-year-old Big Ben. I mean,
I
come
get
on.
that. I'm just
Doesn't
saying.
matter.
But Big
They're
Ben didn't play
clicking
defense,
hard.
so
They're clicking hard.
They
man.
are clicking hard. They're a good team. They're a phenomenal team.
I think that's the best game of the weekend. That's the must-watch game of the weekend.
Yeah,
There's no way around that.
Oh, 100%. That's why it's in prime
Tampa
time.
Bay and the Rams is going to be a really good game too. Though.
That's going to be a good game too. I agree, but I think Bills Chiefs. Didn't that game come down to the wire last year?
They played earlier this season, and the Bills beat the shit out of them. But it was
I
when
can't remember.
I meant
it was
playoffs last year.
Playoffs. Yeah, I think it did. But it's when they played earlier this season, it was when the Chiefs fucking sucked. When they started off like 0-4 or whatever, or like 1-4. But the Bills dog walked them. So I would love to see that happen again.
But it's going to be in Kansas City this year. This time.
Good. Fuck them.
I feel like the game everybody would want to see would be the Bucs versus the Bills. And I know technically he's not in the same division anymore, but it would be nice for the Bills to just tear Tom Brady a new one in the Super Bowl and
Just
walk
get
out.
that. Get that monkey off their back. It'd be
The Bills play Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers loses and doesn't want to play in Green Bay anymore, so he comes to Pittsburgh. That's what should happen.
I mean, that's not going to happen.
No, but a man can dream.
All right. So, Brandt, you taking Bills or Kansas City?
Bills.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. But with that concludes this week's episode of the Unfueled Show. Remember to head to www.fueledbyhops.com/RTIC to save up to 70% on your next beer cooler, as well as your next outdoor beer gear, apparel, drinkware, all that good stuff. Big thank you to all of our hosts for coming out to today's episode, especially our guest host here, Mr. Anthony from the Banging Beers podcast. Anthony, why don't you go ahead and plug your show here?
Yeah, Banging Beers podcast. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Anyone you want to follow, it means a lot to us. On every Sunday, we usually go between 12 or 2. We try to shoot for 12 every time. We do a lot of cool stuff in the community. We have some cool breweries lined up that we're going to do some interviews with. We're always down to have people come and hang out and drink with us. But I want to personally thank you, Ryan. We're still growing. We're trying our thing. We're on our 4th year. We've rebranded a couple times. We've changed some members, but we do have a Patreon thing that you subscribe to, and we plug Fueled by Hops every time we read it out. That means a lot to us, man. I appreciate that. You guys were awesome as a guest before on the podcast, and I really support what you're doing. There's a cool scene in Pittsburgh between you and I love First Sip Brew Box. Dennis, he's a cool dude. Like, I can't wait for this whole thing to slow down and we can go back out to that area and I'll hang out and have some beers.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I think you should be circling May for that event there. That'd be a great time to come out and hang out.
Yeah, May 14th will be a great day to come out and hang out at our next festival. Best brunch ever. May 14th at Hop Farm Brewing. More details will be coming soon. Tickets go on sale next month, and it's going to be one heck of a great time. So if we got to come to Pittsburgh, that's time to come.
I would love it. We'll try to do that. I'll hit up the team and we'll definitely make a road trip out there. But anytime you need another seat in here, I'd love to join you.
Absolutely, man.
I love
this worked out great.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Being here. Thanks for coming, man.
Everybody else,
later, man.
Nick, Brandt, Ben, all the rest of you guys, cheers. We will see you next week.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.